Shalom Israel. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakah Kwadash, for allowing me to do another lesson. Yahweh is who the world ignorantly calls God. Yahweh Shai is his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and there's no God beside them. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of GMS for being faithful witnesses to the Holy Spirit, and salutations to the elect, whom the Lord have given ears to hear. So a brother had put this on a group chat, and hey, just some, more aggravation for you, if you will. If you could stomach it, rather. So it says, by 2030, around 45% of women aged 25 to 44 are expected to be single and child-free, according to new study.
Good afternoon. Do y'all see my good sis right here? Beautiful black queen with a Colgate, pearly white, 32, all out. Yes. Are you dumb? It is predicted by 2030, around 45% of women. You know what? Y'all can read. I don't need to read for you, okay? This makes my day, and I don't care how you feel. Obviously, don't care at all. Long story short, single and child-free by 2030, most of us. Get on board. Get with it or get lost. And it makes me so sad to see. I read through all of these comments. It's so many women brainwashed into having a problem with this. Because of society, though. It's not their fault. Real quick, come close and listen up, all right? I need y'all to understand that we as women, they gave us a superpower we didn't even ask for, okay? Then turned around as a society and convinced us that that's all we consist of. That's our only purpose on here, to bear children and cater to men. Point blank, period. Imagine that. I want to be so brutally, painfully crystal clear in saying, if you want the family, the marriage, the house and the dogs in the backyard, roof, that's fine. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But let's stop knocking the women who don't care for that. There's way more to life than children and men. I need y'all to get that. There's way more to life than that. Way more to life. Whether y'all like it or not, the girlies is waking up. The girlies is choosing themselves, unapologetically. Choosing selfishness, self-love. Yeah, it's real heavy around these parts. Yeah, I hate to see it, but it's nothing you can do, okay? From the moment that we are born into this world, we are expected to show up for children and men, no matter what. And who shows up for women? Don't all speak at once. It's gone on long enough. Too long, if you ask me. Y'all are settling with men who are here to destroy you, and y'all are having kids that y'all never even wanted. Let's keep it a green bean. So in conclusion...
Alright, so she said a whole lot of nothing. But we're gonna get the scriptures on it. Because at first, when I first heard her, I'm like, she might be on to something, but she wasn't hitting on shit. So this is Baruch chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endure forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. And this is a prime example of why Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to, why he's going to take this place out the way he is. In such a horrible fashion. Like it tells us in Wisdom of Solomon, the 3rd chapter, in the 19th verse, that horrible is the end of an unrighteous generation. And this generation, this is the end. Scientifically speaking, on all aspects, all right, I say scientifically because that's what a lot of these people can understand. Even scientifically speaking, this is the end. Because if you cannot procreate, if you choose not to procreate, right, then how can society continue? That's Let's just say 1 + 1 = 2, right? But yeah, you shall die. And she mentioned how women receive a superpower. Their superpower was to follow their men, right? And I mean, what she says
Do we look
is
alike?
Salakia. What she says is pretty much echoing what a lot of these other women feel when you read the comment section, right? I mean, this is a decent well, this is from a man, okay. But look at what these women say. Having kids and being married is not what every woman wants, and that's okay. Right? And hey, we always reference Kevin Samuels. He wasn't a prophet in anything, but he was telling women their future. All right? You want to be promiscuous? Because the thing is, though these women don't want to have children, that doesn't stop them from being promiscuous and having sex. It just stops. In this society, it's like a kid going loose, to where you don't accept the responsibility of your actions, right? And Kevin Samuels was pretty much holding a mirror to their face. Like, these were your actions, now your consequences are so. And that's pretty much what the prophets are here to tell you. All right? Your actions bring these consequences. As we just read in Baruch chapter 4, verse 1, such as leave it shall die. So it says, I honestly don't think I'm missing out on anything. This is from First Name Goddess. The legacy ends with me. And this had to be a man. Says, we're not missing out on much. 20 to 45 with more mileage than a woman who was pushing 60 to 70. And look at this fucking, it said, Wadigs. I'm married with kids, dog in house, and still approve this message. Do you, hun? And again, this shows what time we're living in, as the selfishness would be on an all-time high. 2 Timothy 3:1. This know also that in the last days perilous, meaning dangerous times, shall come. The word perilous meaning hard to do, to take, to approach, troublesome. And this is a troublesome statistic. You're literally applauding your death and the death of your children. So it says, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. Men shall be lovers of their own selves. Men and women shall be lovers of their own selves. Covetous, boasters, proud. That's what we just saw and we just read from that video. Blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. Without natural affection, as a woman, you would think that, you would be affectionate towards your youth, the children that you bear, but the scriptures say differently, especially today as we are in the last days. So it says without natural affection. All right. It says unsociable, inhuman, unloving, incontinent, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. Now I could just imagine, this woman, or you could just imagine the common board of a brother, putting scriptures out, refuting that ideology of a woman can do what a woman wants to do. Bringing scriptures out, of course. That comment board will be on fire with women denouncing God and talking shit against what a brother would say. I mean, hell, that's not even a hypothetical scenario. You watch the brother GMS South Carolina, and it's always a new numbskull coming up against what brothers say. But essentially, the people of this world, they're just waiting on their destruction. And like the scriptures say in Ezra, that as a drop is to a wave, that's how much people is going to be destroyed. So just take a second and meditate on that. So it says, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. And that's what we're seeing. It says, as a mom of two whom I love dearly, good for the women who are choosing themselves over being someone's baby mama, married or not. And the concept of a relationship is totally destroyed. All right, as you're building this man's legacy, or you're supposed to, but today you're just known as a baby mama. That shows the disconnect. Now it says, it says from Boo. I mean, and I'm just reading certain comments. Some of them are, I don't know. I'm about to say some of them are decent, but they make some okay points, but for the most part, it's bullshit. I have a child, and I highly advise you to enjoy your life. Though I love my child dearly, it takes a village, and most of us no longer have that and are forced to do it alone. Therefore, enjoy the kid-free single life. Aside from that, also, it's fun to be an individual. Right? So in this life, this is individualism more than, being together. This is from Dina Does This. This is scary to me. As humans, we are meant to procreate, multiply, and be fruitful. So this is a decent one. Why can't it just be about enjoying life and doing the things that make you happy? And if you find someone to share life with, that is a beautiful thing too. The way people talk about being single nowadays sounds cringy. Come on, we can't give up on love and building family foundations in a healthy way. And that's okay to not want that. I'm not saying otherwise, but I do feel that many of us are speaking from trauma and are giving up. And that's not the answer, in my opinion. Right? So like I said, overall, it's bullshit. I mean, you're going to read pretty much women spewing their trauma, as she mentioned, and putting that out there as a fact. But you see, one thing about rules is that it provides a standard. And what's the standard of this life is the scriptures. And, again, Baruch 4:1, but such as leave it shall die. So that's why this place is circling the drain. That's why the Lord has had to reset this place. And that's why swift, great destruction is on his way. Actually, when we go to that Wisdom of Solomon 3, and 11, let me start at 10. But the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord. And again, like I said, if someone was to go on this comment board and put Genesis 3:16 up, there would be a whole bunch of there would be a lot of disapproval to that message, so to speak. But it says, for whoso despiseth wisdom and nurture, he is miserable. Their hope is vain, their labors unfruitful, and their works unprofitable. Right? Their wives are foolish, their children wicked, their offspring is cursed. Wherefore blessed is the barren that is undefiled, which have not known a sinful bed. She shall have fruit in the visitation of souls, and blessed is the eunuch, which with his hands have wrought no iniquity, nor imagined wicked things against God. For unto him shall be given the special gift of faith, and an inheritance in the temple of the Lord more acceptable to his mind. For glorious is the fruit of good labor, and the root of wisdom shall never fall away. As for the children of adulterers, they shall not come to their perfection, and the seed of the unrighteous bed shall be rooted out. Right? So again, this just spells out that righteousness shall be blessed and wickedness shall be cursed. Right? And in this life, understandably, you don't want any children, especially with these fucking hyenas. Nevertheless, this is not the end where much glory doth abide. Right? And this is not the true standard of living. This place got to be destroyed. This is at this point, as brothers, we always say, man, these women, all they're good for is to, get your rocks off and keep it moving. Because to try to build a family, forget about it. Especially these Americanized women. Now through the grapevine, I mean, people say that they've traveled, or those that have traveled to the eastern part of the world, it's still pretty decent with a lot of the women over there. I'm thinking about the Philippines and Thailand. But here in the West, it's over with. This is Romans 1 and 26. Let me start at 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie? Right now it would be the rulers of this earth, the wicked, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and worship and serve the creature more than the creator. Again, selfishness. You worshiping and serving yourself. All right, worshiping and serving witchcraft, really. Right, because the spirit of this place is the spirit of witchcraft. The Lord say, "Be fruitful, multiply." The devil say, "YOLO, be about yourself." Right? So it says, "For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections. For even their woman did change the natural use into that which is against nature." Right? So today, it's about lesbianism, homosexuality. Right? And it's against nature because the woman's duty, all right, as the Lord put the commandment on man and pretty much creation in general, is to be fruitful and multiply. But how can that happen when the women despise their job? So I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna leave it at that. Shalom to the elect.